Isn't even live.
We live now. It's the new movement. DJ DREWSKI in the building. Kadaphi in the building.
What's up, man?
We own it records. You just popped a fresh bottle. We celebrating. More new music. You got Dressing Up. The video's out now. It's been going crazy. But then you played me a couple of exclusive, music that's not out yet, and you said, "Yo, this is gonna be on my next project." When are we getting that next project?
My next project is actually is a little late. I was supposed to release it in June, but due to the fact, I just had a battle with Hallelujah Jones recently, so that kind of pushed my album up a little bit. So I think probably it'll be here by September.
September. You feel like all the records are done? You got enough records that you
Well,
feel?
I dropped I'm doing something right now I haven't seen somebody do in a minute, which is like I just dropped the album in January, like January 2nd. So I'm about to drop another one in September. Same year.
Two projects.
Two albums in a year. My first album had 16 songs on it.
That's a lot of records.
That's a lot.
Especially now you get, the most you see sometimes is like 12.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's to drop 16 records and come back, not even at the end of the year, but like towards the middle and drop a whole nother project tells me that Kadaphi's out here working, right?
Working.
So, because we're going to talk about everything else you got going on. Because, of course, you got your whole tattoo business, right?
Yeah,
that probably consumes a lot of your time. And We Own It Records. I want you to introduce, who you got in the building with you today.
This is definitely wifey, fiance.
Yes.
That's who that is.
Boss. The boss.
Yeah, you'll see her wilding in my battles and everything. So she's kind of there all the time. They already know who that is. So... she kind of went viral from the Jerry West battle where she was going crazy in the audience and all that. So
do you ever prepare before the battle don't act up today, please don't act up? Do you have those type of talks? Or she don't even listen? It don't even matter at this point.
I don't think it'll matter at that point. Like if she get a drink or something and she's just chilling and she feel like everybody
demon time.
Me. Yeah, she feel like everybody against me. She goes show she my #1 supporter. So I like that about her.
But you need that. Yeah, so shout out to wifey in the building.
Definitely.
And this gentleman to my left.
That's my designated driver today. Nah, that's our cousin. That's my man. He got some music with me too, but I just recently brought him in the studio and he started doing some stuff with me. So, our music ain't ready to be put out yet,
right.
But
still early.
Yeah, it's still early. It's still early. Yeah.
Well, speaking of the studio, how often, with everything else you have going on, are you how often are you recording? How often are you in the studio?
Oh, it's so crazy that I'm actually in the studio a lot. A lot, I would say. She hated I be in the studio until 5, 6 in the morning. And sometimes it's us writing a song for 4 hours before we even before we even jump in the booth. You feel me? So it'd be like that. So I'll probably do 3, 4 times a week, maybe if I can fit that in. You know what I mean?
And outside of that, you got the tattoo shop.
Exactly.
That's open.
Exactly.
That's open what, 5, 6 days a week?
That's open 7 days a week.
Oh, 7 days.
We don't close at all.
Sheesh.
We don't close at all. He actually works there too.
So what started first? Was it the love, for the tattooing, for the drawing, or was it music first? What was your first love when it comes to being an artist?
Artist, I've been doing music way before I even knew anything about tattooing. You feel me? I didn't know nothing about tattooing. That was something that came to me after, coming out of jail and, you feel me, from incarceration. I came home and I was like, I want to do something positive to make money and not, you feel me, not be out here wilding. So that kind of came from that. And, it's a blessing. I don't know what I'd be doing before that. I was out here selling drugs, doing everything, everything niggas be doing.
That's before the boss was in your life.
You
needed that, someone to check you. Spank you.
We gonna keep her quiet.
He would say pause after that. Spank you. That's some Harlem.
We gonna keep her quiet. Right, she kind of know, I do what I do.
Right.
If I want to tone down, I'm gonna tone down. If not, yada yada yada. I still got. Ain't none of my niggas around me clean. You feel me? Them niggas is not clean.
Bad influences.
Them niggas, none of my niggas around me that be with me is clean. It's just, me,
Right.
They love what I do and they love that I found something, you feel me? But I'm still out there with them.
Because the tattoo, and
you've
been doing at least for like 8 years, right? You would say, or more.
The tattoo. I've been in the tattoo industry for 15 years.
15 years.
16 years almost. But that's just, I'm talking about doing tats in my crib, like tatting the whole Harlem, shit like that.
Right.
You feel me? Actually being out there, like being a manager in tattoo shops or like opening a shop and shit like that. I've been out there for about probably like what you said, like 7, 8 years.
7, 8 years.
7, 8 years owning an actual business and stuff like that.
When you started the music, who was you listening to like that influenced you as a young man to say, yo, I want to start doing, making music. I want to start telling my life on these records.
Well, I come from the Biggie, Tupac era.
Got it.
I'm an '80s baby. We ain't gonna say the '80s, but I'm an '80s baby.
Right.
Locks was in that mix. Locks was in that mix. I'm like when you said you was in a spot with the whole
I had the whole
Dipset joint on,
Knicks jersey on.
So when you said you was in a spot, I'm like, damn, I was a Dipset fan, like, you feel me?
Right.
Like, so it was like, but I kind of knew what was going on when I seen niggas saying they was going against each other. I already knew who was going to win. I'm like, yeah, Locks got that. You talk about a nigga that used to stand next to Biggie, like Kiss was next to Biggie,
right.
Like it's I don't think.
So even being from Harlem, when you seen the verses. You said, I'm a Dipset fan, but the Locks is going. Did you think they was going to eat them up the way they did?
Yeah.
Oh, so it wasn't like it ain't come by
surprise. A real musician, like if you listen to D-Block, you would know that they got more joints than Dipset. Like,
right.
Like, shit we talking that's viral, that was lit, that was popping. You would know they got more shit than Dipset. Like, you feel me?
Yeah, because I feel like a lot of people felt the opposite, like
but much love to Dipset.
The Locks is, they got Harlem, records, baby. But Harlem Dipset got bigger records. I just feel like it wasn't even organized correctly on their end, like
on that level too. Yeah, you know, professionally wise, like business wise and all. Like it just like it definitely wasn't organized.
Right.
Like you feel me? A lot of people feel like they should have versed somebody else. So. No,
listen, it is what it is. Shout out to New York. I feel like
shout out to New York.
Even having my Dipset jersey on, but being in the Garden doing that, it just felt so good. The energy, just the whole New York energy was there, and I think that's important. Just in music, in the culture, to be able to remind people like how strong these artists are. But I'm sure being an artist from Harlem, being from New York, it brings you a little more confidence too when it comes to making music.
Yeah, gangster. It definitely does. Like we New York is definitely a trendsetter with the music. Like people know that. Like we got our own vibe. The South start coming in later on and start taking shit.
Right.
And it was lit. It was like, damn, them niggas is actually the beats is dope. But it come from that raw era of Queens and Kumo D and the Boogie Down Bronx and all that Queensbridge. You know what I mean? Those niggas, the bridge is over and all that.
Right.
You know where they come from.
Of course, and I feel like just New York artists always have a little bit of more cockiness and confidence to them. When I meet artists from out of town, it's like I don't know if they more humble and New York artists just more but I enjoy it. I like it to see like if they from Brooklyn, from Harlem, wherever. It's like. We here. We in the spot. We in the building. It's always a different type of energy.
Yeah.
But you brought up the South, and I think the South was winning for a minute because they were kind of working together, right? And when I hear your music and you tell me, yo, I got a lot of people on my team, on my records, a lot of features on my records, of like artists that you might not even heard of before. I just like working with new artists. Even your own engineer, I think that's important. And I think that was part of the formula of how the South started coming up is everyone was working with one another.
Right.
So like when it comes to your music, is that the approach, or you just like whoever's in the studio?
Well, the approach, normally I go to the studio. I actually write all my shit is like even this is on my footwork. Like,
right.
You feel me? On me. I don't have a team producer. I mean, I have a team like people I work with and make music with. Like they all hop on the track with me, stuff like that, or we planning stuff. But then like all of this is my footwork. Even the battle rap, that's my footwork. It's my footwork. I actually had my own battle rap league at one time. I started Wartime Battle League. We was going for like 2 years. We was lit too. Like we branched a lot of battle rappers. Some battle rappers that's in URL right now. You
started there.
Yeah, like Swag Tanner. He started at my league. Certain people, that people probably know about.
Right.
If you're a battle rap fan, you know about them. But so shit like that. Like, so it's like this is all my footwork. So it's at a point where it's like, yeah, I write all my music, but you need a team.
Mm-hmm.
You need a team, and a lot of, like you said, the South was sticking together. The South do that.
Right.
New York niggas is niggas.
Yeah, and I ain't jacking
yeah,
him, I ain't fucking with
niggas.
him.
Yeah, you know the vibe. New York niggas is kind of like mad militant. It's kind of hard to get close to a New York nigga and just, yo, yeah, let's all get a group in.
Right.
Yeah, niggas will look at you like.
It's a different type of hunger. That's
yeah.
You from New York, like, the hunger is real. You feel me? So it's like,
It's a different type of
if you feel
vibe.
like you going with the vibe, you don't want nobody that's gonna bullshit and pull you back down. So that's
Facts.
But do you feel like that hunger mentality kind of slows us up a little when in the South everyone working together, they don't care. So even if I feel like they got low key beef, they'll still make records together just to put out music. Where
That's it.
It don't even be no static, and they don't even want to work together.
Niggas
and it's
will
like,
boom you for no reason.
That's a fact.
you know what I'm saying? I just feel like it slows up the
Gangsta.
music. But no, I'm only saying that because in his records, even like you two working together, you have a bunch of features on your records.
Yeah.
And you seem more like open to working with people.
It's mostly like I said. I write. I go in my house like I leave from here and fuck around and go home and excuse the language. I don't even know the curse up here, but I'm gonna talk. But I leave from here and fuck around and go home and lay down and I write 2 verses, a hook, and then I go and I'm getting in the studio. I'm like, I'm a little short, so I'm like, I need somebody else on this. You know what I mean? Somebody from my team might be, all right, yo, I got something. Let me jump on it.
Right.
So that's how, you know, and I kind of like having other people involved in my music because you get different sound. You feel what I'm saying? I kind of like that because it's not you sticking to
the same
you.
Right.
You know, so I had people tell me like, because I'm a writer, I actually write music. So because I'm a writer, people will actually tell me like, yo, you got 16 songs and like you don't sound the same on none of them.
Right.
Like it don't sound like it's a consistent, like if you hear Nas, you know it's Nas. If you hear Jay-Z, you know it's Jay-Z. But when you hear me, niggas like, damn, Kadaphi, like I didn't even know that was you. I didn't even know that was you on the song, like, because I just write in all different type of aspects of
however you feeling
exactly.
At the time.
So I write that and then I go in the studio and don't even sound the same. Like even like you just heard the Solitary Confinement song, and I know that was a different move.
Yeah, that
like,
was from the other stuff you was playing. It's like, okay,
totally different
this
move.
is more emotional. This is more personable. This is you know, it's a whole different vibe. But
it's a whole different vibe. So once I heard that, I'm like, oh, I do switch up crazy.
Right.
You know, I got songs I didn't even play for you with me singing, and I can't even sing. Like, you feel me?
But when you make a song, right, and you feel like, okay, it's done, who do you bring it to like kind of, you know, get the approval in a sense? Like, yo, listen to this. You know, before you put it out, is there somebody, is it the wife, you go home, like, yo, listen to this?
She would definitely hear it first, and her, like, it's hard to say. Like, she'll be like, I might have one song she like, because, you know, she goes
she's
support.
a tough critic.
She goes, no, she's not. She's gonna, it's me. So it's like, yo, I like that. I like that. But if I come in and it's something she like, and she won't even blame it on me. She'll blame it on somebody I worked with, like, oh, why they sound like that?
Right.
Why? Yo, no, y'all gotta go back and do that again. Like, yeah, like, you feel me? So it's that, like, it's her morally complaining about somebody else on the song with me.
But you want her to be honest with you too. You don't want have you out here looking or sounding crazy.
The most she probably was honest with me was like, I would go in the studio and be drinking and smoking and vibing, and next thing you know, my voice is gone. So I would make a song and she'd come home like, no. She'd be like, nah,
go re-record that. That ain't it. Nah, but that's definitely, you know, you need people like that around you to keep it real, you know, because, you know, you got a lot of yes men that be outside that just want to be in the studio and not really keeping it a buck. They're like, oh, no, this is fire. Right. And I think goes a long way when it comes to artists.
That's one thing he definitely don't have is a lot of yes men. Because if he brings some garbage to me, I'm going to let him know, like, nah, nigga, scratch that. That shit's trash. Write something over, my nigga. And he take criticism good.
Right.
Because, like, he know that we're not here to hurt his feelings.
Of course, to make him better.
Sure that he's going to put out fire. Because Kadaphi got fire music, bro.
Right.
He's a great artist, bro. And it's like, I only see him expanding. I see him, like, moving up. You feel me? And, like, I want to be a part of that because the movement is good. It's a great movement. You feel me? It's around good people. And his footwork that he's doing to himself. He's not a lazy person. You feel me? I see a lot of niggas just sit around on their ass and just bullshit on the streams and shit like that. He actually out there moving around and and promoting his shit himself.
Right.
Like that's what I respect about him. You feel me?
Listen, we excited to see, you know, your growth as an artist and everything else you have going on.
Appreciate it.
Project is coming. You said June? Maybe June?
What?
Did you?
You said June. June
Didn't
passed us.
Oh shit, you're right. Where we at? We
June
in
passes.
August.
Yes.
When'd you say it was coming?
September. It should be here.
September.
So the song we gonna get into that song in a minute, I believe so.
Which one are we doing?
I was talking about the solitary confinement song.
Okay,
I was
okay.
talking about that because the name of the album is called Confinement. So take the C out. You know what that's about.
Right.
Talk about that. But yeah, so it's called, the name of the album is gonna be called Confinement, and it's fire. Like that's all I can say is fire. But I don't really know. The last album I had 16 songs and I got about the same amount this time. But I do want to cut it short. So I'm trying to see if I can end up with like 14 songs on this album.
I'm sure you got about 50. You just cutting 50 down to 16
no, that's the thing.
now.
I really do make so much music. I got stuff just sitting around. Like I'm even putting songs on this album that couldn't make my last album.
Got you.
You feel me? So
rollover.
Exactly. So I gotta let me throw these on here. Nobody ever heard it before because I still got it in the stash.
Do you have a personal favorite one out of, like, you know, the ones either we played or maybe I didn't hear yet? That
I got a song. I got a personal favorite song, but it's a vibe, it's some street, and I'm gonna play it for you before I leave from here.
So it's not out yet.
Nah, this song is out. It was actually on my last album. You can find it anywhere, Apple Music, or like I think it's the first song. It might be the first or second song on my last album I released.
Okay.
My project that I released in January is called The Syringe, Kadaphi Syringe. You know, that's a hard story, right?
Right.
You know, it's named that for a reason. It's syringe. You know.
So listen,
I grew up around that.
Y'all go listen to the album that came out in January.
Uh-huh.
Go run that up.
Mm-hmm.
September, you got the new project coming.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure there's more videos dropping.
Yep.
Tell them your Instagram how they can follow you.
You can follow me at TATT_LYFE_.
Right there. Now, boss, tell them how they can follow you if you want.
No,
oh, he said no. You ain't following her.
Here?
But you got new music coming. So what we doing?
You find my music through him.
Like,
So follow Kadaphi to get in tune.
Yeah, it's all, you see that the family is loyalty
Right.
over here.
Of
They
course.
kind of know what's what.
That's how it gotta be. We own it records. I'm sure there's more artists coming out too, right? The team.
Yeah. Honestly, it's a long story. I just became a part of them, but that's family right there. We all family.
Got it.
So you feel me? We could definitely shout that out, but it's Kadaphi over everything.
Kadaphi in the building. DJ DREWSKI, the new movement. We outside.
We outside. Bow.